Welcome back, everybody. I'm Happy Tangent, and we're playing Vampyr. This is part 15. We're gonna finally get some stuff done.
We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Are you guys done talking? Can I join in? All right.
Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of
Good
my
mutton
wares.
chop shop
I'm
there.
Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Oh, sweet merchant.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Well, that's not very nice, Colossus Joe.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Something tells me I can go find that. Let's do, Alright, he's healthy. Okay.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Skulls. I think this is hints, yeah. So we just did this one. Almost done. Dorothy.
Have you heard of a
and then
nurse
merchant.
called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu.
Yeah, we've
Something
heard.
like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Well, that's good.
Right then. Show me what...
Alright, this is... Ooh, I don't know if that's what we're wanting. I better not. I'm not gonna buy it yet. There's two there, and we can only buy one, but... We're gonna look into that tiny, good handle part. We'll see. Oh, no, hold on. Ah, that would have been wrong. We need this, but the blue one of it. So, alright. Hold off on any of that. What is this? Why can I sell one? Is it because I just have a better version? Details. I mean, we definitely have a better one, so I'm just... Screw it, you know, I'm just gonna sell it. One less thing to worry about in my inventory. What do I have on me? I got 1 cold, 3 fatigue. Oh, I didn't realize I was making so many. And anemia and bronchitis. Alright.
Take a look, don't be afraid.
I'm gonna test
Good
it.
evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering?
Okay, good. I was worried it was gonna be a load screen. Alright, let's just check
So-
up on you.
May I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
This kid is depressing. Alright, he's
Do you
recovering.
need any medical help, young man?
I'm feeling okay, I guess.
Just double check. Here we go.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
We might have did that one already. Alright.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Harry.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Alright, I saw somebody out in the distance, but it might be Joe.
You again? What do you want this time?
Did they at least put me in the picture? Jesus. Alright.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else. Whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Not very strong looking.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary.
I already forgot who Mr. Lewis
Oh,
is.
do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Lewis is probably mutton chops. Alright. I don't understand, every
Goodbye,
time this
Mr.
pop
Peterson.
up, you don't always get a new dialogue, but we're gonna go check with Mr. Lewis. See if he's got something new to say. I got two little things there.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody will be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for...
Alright. Let's, Joe's beating on someone's door.
You're late. Where's my money?
Alright, I think it's time to finally do this main quest. Let's actually do this. Load screen. Nope.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Okay.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Well, I was observing he's got bronchitis, and we actually brought that medicine with us. Okay. Hey, Dorothy Crane and Unknown right there.
It's locked.
How to observe him. I don't even see him anymore. What we got going on? Oh, it's the listening in deal. He's running from me.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Alright, now they're gonna go make me talk to Darby or the poet.
I must talk to that journalist
Yep,
or the
both of
poet.
them.
They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Alright, flash forward. Yeah, that was easy enough.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Anything new?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
We already
He spends
know.
most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Nah. Alright, shouldn't have any more.
Goodbye, Mr.
Alright, yep, took him off the list.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Just double check in, make sure there's nothing new.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
I don't
What can you tell me
well,
about an
he
old
doesn't know
man
her by that
called
name.
Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Ooh, throwing shade.
I'll leave you alone.
Alright. Oh, shit. Well, that was easy. Oh, that's right. He threw it in the trash can. Darius Petrescu's letter. My dearest, most beloved children, I am so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. Situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war. But there is also a war going on here in England. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I am writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to
Oh,
incite
dang,
him
3,000
to
XP now. You know, I did mention about how, like, Darby and somebody else, they had more XP just for sucking their blood than I had all together. But they also required a high mesmerize skill that we don't have yet, so we wouldn't even be able to get all that XP.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
We don't have level 2.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Totter.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see, Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
I'm gonna fix your bronchitis too while I'm at it. Wonder if that's. I wonder if that's a hidden load screen, just having him talk like that the whole time. But we haven't left yet to find out for sure. All right, you're who I want to talk to, but I'm just gonna steal everything in your house first. Oh yeah, reading. Ooh boy, here we go. The antique figure of the Ricolacus. Of my many journeys, I believe I was the most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, in particular the island of Santorini. Searching for traces of vampire presence in the sunburnt lands, Herodotus himself refers to the island in his fourth book, and I'm personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that even today, the island of Santorini is still considered by some as the most vampire-infested place in the world. Way more than the Carpathians, in that its inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt of Ricolacus, as they call this creature. According to the local myths, the Ricolacus is a dead person who does not decay, and can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with fresh blood. He cannot enter a house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into a wolf and other animals. What struck me the most is that the same name exists with small variations from Mediterranean Sea to the Balkans. The Greeks call him the Ricolacus, the Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Varlolak or Varkolak, The Serbians call him Vukadilak. Yes, Vukadilak, a name so familiar to the Volk god. We already know, my dear brothers. Just to write the few words now gives me the shivers. I'm personally convinced that we are confronted to some of proto-vampire. Maybe they are the missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that come before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish to one day go back to the Santorini island and find the trail of this antique and forgotten figure. From Drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Taltree, Primate of St. Paul. Alright.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea.
You're doing a good job.
And I also run this little print shop.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Tell me everything.
I do not believe...
See, it was still kind of highlighted looking.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
We got it all. Okay.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Alright, well, I'm gonna give it to you.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Goodbye,
Nice to
Mr.
know.
Petrescu.
Alright. Alright. Where did Miss Dorothy Crane go? Yay. Time to read. Letter to Nurse Crane, London, 31st of October, Halloween. My dear Dorothea, when you read this letter, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brazov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see again the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. I know that you do not agree with this decision and that you are determined to be more useful for helping our comrades exiled in the East End. But Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. I know we had our arguments and our fights. I know you would have warned me to stand by your side, wanted me, and help you manage this clinic of yours. But now that I'm leaving for England, be assured that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London, with or without Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. I am your affectionate sister, Theodora. Alright, up to find Mrs. Crane. There she is.
I need help!
Alright, I'll go straight there.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and
Probably
head
turned
pain.
into a
Diagnosed with
vampire.
influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
I was gonna get
What
bloody.
can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Ooh, sorry, buddy.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
Dang.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Oh, is it gonna get to him?
Are you all right, Doctor?
Yep.
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Yes.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I wonder if that could have played out differently. I imagine he's supposed to die there, though. But maybe
I'm
not.
here to test my bedside manners.
Oops. Probably can't read it, but...
To what do I owe this courtesy?
Hold on, Dorothy Crane. Dorothea, I should say.
It's locked, all right.
They really do not want me to open anything padlocked in this game. Which I guess that's the point of a padlock. Can I use the bed? Nope.
Razvan was getting better with the treatment. I don't understand. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
I'm actually okay with you doing this.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to
No,
the
of course not.
authorities?
I like you. Alright, we have Charm. You will forget all about this. Embrace. Oh, no, no, no. See, they really don't say what embrace is, but that's straight up drink her blood. Spare. I look away, but you resign. Oh, dang, what to do? I've unlocked this option. This wasn't I look away, but you resign. Embrace. I'm ending this right now. I'm gonna charm her. Let's test it out.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go.
Oh, I feel bad now.
All...
Maybe the other option of her resigning, she could have worked here and not gone back to Pembroke. This district will soon suffer the consequences of your actions. Oh, I don't feel good about that decision at all. Oh, man. Let's hurry up and check this out, but there's a lot of sick people. Okay, I guess we've healed quite a few of them. Not all of them, though. Dang, I feel like I need to go. Definitely, we're gonna have to cut this. We're gonna need migraine, fatigue. All right, yeah, that's gonna do that. This game only has one autosave, so I can't redo that. I kind of almost regret my decision. When I saw the resign, I was like, oh, we'll never get to see her again. But now it's like, I'm about to just royally screwed over this area. Alright, well, we'll find out in the future. Please like and subscribe. I'm Happy Tangent. We'll see you in the next episode.